Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Double G here. This is episode 33 in the series we're doing on the Elm Creek map. So we're still in August. In the last episode we were finishing up July. We sold the diesel truck and the flatbed trailer, 20-foot flatbed that we had, and in its place we bought the semi and the curtain cider that's over next to the sugar factory because it would have taken 8 or 9 loads in the 20-foot trailer to sell all the sugar. So we bought the curtain cider and the semi, sold all the sugar that we had for a little over $60,000. Got back to the farm. I fertilized and sprayed the sugar beet fields to make sure I didn't forget to do that. And then I sold the silage for around $40,000 and the round bale loader trailer for around $40,000 because we're going to start doing our silage in a silage pit. Then I bought field 54 and progressed into August. And once August got here, we were able to harvest all the wheat fields. I did want to harvest the oat field last episode, but it was just starting to run too long. So that's the first thing we want to do today. And then we need to buy a hay barn and pick up all of this straw. So we're going to make our way. I left the harvester and the trailer over near the oat field. And there is the curtain cider trailer. Now we have around 30,000, but we have this sugar that we can sell. The price is stabilized. Last month was listed as the best month, but we're still around 15 or 1600 per 1,000 liters. And we have, 9,000 liters currently, and another 13,000 liters to go with 6 pallets outside. So we're currently sitting on around almost 16,000 with another probably 6,000 to process, so maybe 2,200 liters when it's done. When we progress into September, the price will still be okay, so we'll sell that, and hopefully that'll be enough for us to be able to buy the hay barn and lease a forage trailer. But for now, the name of the game is to get this oat harvested because it will wither in September. I'm just going to pull this over to the side of the field. Now the original plan was to make this field grass and to use the excess area for cows and sheep. But I've been looking at it, and to be quite honest, even though it looks flat, there's really not a flat part of this field. It kind of high on the far end, dips down and comes back up, and it's a little high on this end. And the cow barn that I want to get, the big one with the automatic feeder, is massive, and you got to have a pretty good size level spot. So we're probably not going to put the cows here. What I have been thinking about is potentially using the field that has the trees in it, because it's flatter. You can see just in the distance. So that may become a yard, and more of a yard, less of a field, that will allow us to have the sheep, the cows. That's where I'm going to put the hay barn, I think, and silage pits. And so it won't be a crop field. But we can look into that a little later. Like I said, the order of the day for now is to get the oat harvested so that we can get this put in the silo so it won't wither. And it's producing even more straw. So this is going to take a few minutes to do. I'm going to go ahead and do it in a time lapse. And when I'm done with this, we can progress into September, sorry. And then we can sell the sugar and see if we have enough to get our hay barn with enough left over to lease the trailer to pick up the straw. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so we have the oat harvest done. Just put the combine away. The first full trailer was 12,600 liters. I'm thinking this is going to be around 7,500 or 8,000 liters, so we should have around 20,000 liters of oats to sell. We'll hold off if we can till the price is better, but some things we're just going to have to sell before the price is the greatest. This is 79.26. So we should clear 20,000 liters. Oats, I want to say sell in December. So they have a few months still. So as soon as we get these dumped off, we'll check the amount that we have, that we harvested. We can progress into September. And then we can sell the sugar, the rest of it, because it should all be processed by then. And I think even though the price isn't going to be great, I'll sell the honey there just to make sure we have enough to buy the hay barn and lease the forage trailer. And I still have plenty of time to generate more honey before the sell time at the best price. So we're still kind of in that area where we have to sell off peak to generate money when we need it, but it's getting better. We haven't had to short sell the eggs or the lettuce this year yet, so I will drop that there and park this. Looks like we still have some room for eggs, not a lot. We may have to use the semi to move them next time. That could get tricky, but it's doable. So I'm going to go over to the house and progress into September. All right. Dog fed and boom. Nope. Wrong button. There it goes. All right, let's take a look at this egg situation and see what it looks like. It's getting pretty full. The food, they're out of food. That's why they're not making any eggs. We can fix that. I probably should have checked and fixed it before I progressed, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell myself that they just ran out. And maybe I'll feel better about it. What do we have for food? I can't even remember. We have plenty of wheat. We have some barley and some sorghum. Let's go ahead and give them the barley and the sorghum just to get it over with. And then that'll buy us a month and we can fill them up with wheat. Or we could do it now. Alright, so that's the barley. Probably best to just go ahead and get them all the way full right now. So now the sorghum. Trying to use up the last little bits of things that we have. And then I'll go ahead and get some wheat and top it off. Pretty easy peasy. And that should be plenty. Oh, well, it filled it up all the way anyway. Definitely will not be taking all of this. Probably only about 5,000 liters. Yep, there's still 6,300 left in the trailer. We'll dump it back, and then we'll go get the semi, sell the sugar and the honey. Alright, put this back in the barn. They're good to go. Which means we will be moving eggs. Eggs will sell in November, most likely. Unless the best price changed to October or December. So if I'm selling, if I'm selling the honey and the sugar, the next thing to sell would be the eggs, so I can just load them up in the trailer and let them store there. I'll do that after I sell, just to make sure we have plenty of room. So I'm going to open the curtain side. Make sure I get close enough. So we should have around 20 pallets. So there's 6 loaded. That's 12. I'm guessing one more full set and maybe 2 to 4 pallets more. No, 4 to 6. We're at 12,000 liters. Should be at least one more full set. So do we have 2, 4, or 6 more? Do come on. I know there's more sugar. Oh, it was 4 more. So we have 22,000 liters of sugar. And I'm going to say we're probably going to have around 5,000 liters of honey. Again, honey's not at a great price right now, but I'll have plenty of time to generate more before I sell at the best price, so that'll be fun. And I believe the fast food restaurant should buy both of these. And we're not getting the back row. Okay, let's see if we can angle it in a little better. Well, that got the 5,600. We can roll with that. Don't hit the beehives. I really could use with installing another beehive or 2, depending on if we have enough room. So if we look at the chart, sugar, yeah, it's still at, it's at 16 at the dairy. It's 15.58 at the fast food. These 2 only buy a certain amount, so we're looking at a Grocery Mart is at 15.74, 15.58, and honey is at the farmer's market. Yeah, the only common place is the fast food restaurant, so I'll just run over there and sell it really quick. I am a little tight for money, but not enough to hem haul over $200 or $300 here and there. So it doesn't hurt that the fast food restaurant is the closest place to sell. I wonder if I can thread. Nope, I won't do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the curtain. And then we will, once it gets closed, we can flip it to the other side. There we go. We'll be able to see everything sell. Let's get really tight to the building and then come away from it. Alright, sugar selling. Oh, it's going to be two numbers. So we're at 25,000 for the first part. Another 19,000 and okay. So all told, we went from 30 to about 80, so 50,000 ish. So that should be enough because we're looking at 65,000 for the, or 63,000 for the hay barn. Maybe I didn't need to sell the honey, but it's okay. And since the eggs will be next and we need room for the eggs, I'll just let them store in the trailer. So I'll pick up all of these. That's almost 20,000 liters of eggs right there. And that pallet's not full. But what I can do is just park this here for now, because the next place we'll need it is there. Close the curtain. Alright, so we're gonna go place, did not mean to do that. We're gonna go place the hay barn. I'm gonna put it in the edge of the tree field. I think this is going to be the location for the cows, the sheep, the hay barn, the silage pit. So my thought is this area looks pretty nice and level here. So this will probably be where the cow barn goes once the trees are gone, which makes sense because the trees are most likely going to be what finances the cow barn. And then maybe in the middle, down towards this way, we can sell the old sheep shed and put the biggest sheep shed in this area, in here. So we'll have cows down there, maybe sheep in the middle. And then down here, we have room for a hay barn, and maybe towards the other end, a silage pit or two. So that's the game plan for now. We can always sell things and reorganize down the road. So I'll go into the construction menu, and we want a hay barn, which is classified as a silo, or a hay loft, sorry. So yeah, we've got plenty of room. If we go hay barn here, you know, a couple of silage pits over here, then we have room once we take out the trees to put in the big sheep shed and the big cow barn. But I do think I will probably flip this around so that the pickup is on the side with the road. Try and get it lined up as much as possible. Kind of hard to say. I'm gonna say that's probably good, and we can put it about let's say there. Looks good to me. Alright, nice and level. This field does pitch up towards the railroad tracks, but that's why I would focus the animal barns on this line of the field. But this is good. So this is where you pick up the hay or, you know, straw. And this is where you put it into the barn. So it would just be a matter of backing your trailer into here, loading up, and then going to sell or take it to whatever animal you need. So that's cool. We'll head back over and get the John Deere. We'll go over to the store and get a forage trailer. So the forage trailer has a pickup very similar to the baler, but instead of creating a bale, it just throws it back into the trailer. So we're able to pick up all of these rows. The forage trailers have capacities that range from probably 10,000 liters to 60, maybe 60,000. So since I'm only able to lease it this time, I'm going to get a big one. That way we have to make less trips back and forth to the hayloft. Now, it's quite possible that hayloft actually does hold 250,000 liters of straw and or hay. It's quite possible that I have more than 250 liters on the ground. And since cash is not, plentiful at the moment, I will probably put absolutely everything I can get into the loft and then just sell the rest. And not a great price. It never is at harvest time, but got nowhere else to put it, and I could use the cash. And we're not talking about big cash, maybe 5 grand to maybe at a max 10 grand extra. So we'll just have to see what we have left over once we've filled up the hayloft. And it could take it all. But I'm thinking I've got six fields worth of hay or straw. So what we're looking for is a forage wagon. There you go. So the smallest one only does 16,000 liters. 16, 23, 26. This one does 35,000, 150 horsepower. This is pushing it. I think our John Deere is only 190. But I'm going to go for it. But you can see it picks up chaff, silage, grass, straw, hay. So I'm going to take my chances with this Claas. It does 44,000 liters at 10 miles an hour, and we're slightly underpowered for it, but I think we should be okay. So we're going to lease this. Pretty pricey to lease, but it's okay. You want to lease it? Yes. Okay. So, well, it's a reasonably sized trailer. I'm lined up well enough. I would love to have been able to buy a forage trailer, because or forage wagon, we'll be using this as well when we do the silage. This will be how we pick up the grass and get it to the silage pit. But it's just not in the cards. However, we have the eggs in November, the lettuce in December, the tree harvest. I mean, I still can't even wrap my mind around how much money that could be. So I think we'll be okay for putting in a silage pit and getting the big equipment. I wanted to get the cow barn. It is $750,000 though, so that may still be a little further off, but at least we have the place to put it now. So we should just be able to drive over the rows just like we would have with the baler, and it will just toss it in the wagon. Yep. All right. I'm not quite sure how many trips this is going to take, but it's going to take a little bit. So we're going ahead and do it in a time lapse, and we'll see how much we can fit into the loft. Alright guys, so we got the first big field cleared. And what I did want to do is take a little break in the action and get the subsoiler going. I've dumped 3 full loads into the hayloft, which should be about half capacity, about 120,000. Let's look. Yep, 131. So we're a little over halfway there. Before I subsoil field 54, need to make sure it doesn't need any lime. And it does not. The rest of the fields, however, do. So we have to keep that in mind for when I go to subsoil those next episode. So without it needing lime, I think I will just leave this here for now. I will go get the Massey Ferguson and the subsoiler and get it going in the hope that by the time I pick up all of this straw, that it will be done with that field at least, because we're going to be some subsoiling and rock picking fools next episode with hopes of getting the grass planted in October. Fingers crossed. In November, we can sell the eggs, and that will allow me to buy silage pits. And then as soon as the big grass field is ready, it will be game on. So what I will do is get in here, make sure I'm on the right implement. There you go, and disconnect. Oh, I've got to lower it. I'm going to disconnect the forks. Oh, don't run them over. I'm going to back out. As soon as I stop, I will drop the weight. Put the weight on the front so that hopefully we don't have any problems subsoiling. And we will pick it back up and get the subsoiler on the back. Oh, I have to move the mower over, it looks like. Not the end of the world. Just try and push it back a little. That'll work. And then get the subsoiler out. Just trying to be as efficient as possible. My goal is to have all of the fields prepped in the next episode. I would like to rock pick everything while I have the rock picker leased. And that first big field being 130,000 only solidifies my thought that I'm going to have more straw than I can put into the hayloft. So I'll do a couple passes on each end of the field. Knowing my luck, we will have rocks. There's not a chance that between all the fields I don't have some rocks. So a rock picker is definitely going to be needed. I guess I don't really have to do anything at the ends. There's enough room for it to turn around. So I'm gonna get this going. Make sure we're covering the edge. And set this off on a worker. There you go. Do we have any rocks? Oh yeah, we got rocks. So, and then we'll get back into the tractor for the forage wagon and continue to pick up the straw. These other fields should go a little faster. I should be able to get more of the field done before I have to go dump it. And that was a big field, so I'll let the subsoiler keep going, and I'll continue to pick up all of this straw. And once I have the hayloft filled up, I will take whatever is left over to, I believe it's going to be the animal dealer. Yeah, it'll be the animal dealer. So we'll take whatever we have in excess of what we can store over there to sell, and that'll just give us money to be able to get through until we sell the eggs. So we'll go back into another time lapse, and I'll see you guys when we get everything picked up and the extra sold. Alright, y'all, so this is the last of the straw. The hayloft is completely full, 250,000 liters. That we will hold and sell when the price is the best. This that we could not store, I had one full trailer load, and it came in at, I want to say, $4,600. This should be about another $2,300 or $2,400, which would put us at around 22. So just shy of 7 grand in excess straw that we couldn't store, and this is the lowest price month for the straw, but every little bit helps. We're at 17.5 basically. Will definitely help me to lease the rock picker. I really got to buy that thing at some point though. But we'll lease the rock picker. We'll have a ton of rocks to pick. In the next episode, will be October. It's pretty much going to be the last struggle month for a minute, because we have the eggs, the lettuce to sell. We will have more silage to sell by December. I have a very strong feeling. So next month in October, in the next episode, I think I'm going to rely pretty heavily on the workers to get the field prep done and possibly even the planting. When I get to the store, I need to double check the used market. I've been bad about that. But if there's any way I could get a bigger planter, that would be, or a bigger seeder, that would be nice. But we'll get 54 prepped and planted with grass. The rest of the fields are going to kind of be on a pause because I think I'm going to put cotton in the majority of what's left, if not all of it, to help supplement the spinnery, because the fabric sells really well. At some point we may even be able to buy the tailor shop, so that way we could go wool and cotton to fabric to clothes. The clothes at the best sell time, I believe, are around $30,000 per 1,000 liters. So definitely worth doing. So we'll get this returned, and while I'm down there returning it, we're going to take a look at the used market. I doubt we're going to have enough money to get a new seeder unless it's deeply discounted. But I really need to keep an eye on what's going on in the used market. So get this returned, and while I'm in that screen returning this, we will look at the used. So first of all, get that returned, and oh, we almost crossed into the full hour to have to pay more. So we'll return that. In the used market, there's only, that's tipper. It's a truck bed for the crew cabin diesel. We'll also double check this next month when we get into October. Let's just see for giggles what we're looking at. So this is what we have at 33,000. We could probably sell ours for about 20. You really can't upgrade into anything else. We're at 3 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter. Wouldn't it be nice to have one of these guys though? 6 meter. 6 meter. It's also overpowering our tractor too. We could probably get away with that one, but we could also just have a worker do the work. It's going to take a while. And then while we're having the workers prep and plant the fields, or prep the fields and plant 54, I will probably look to do a contract while that's going on, just trying to bring in as much revenue as possible. It looks as though, yeah, the subsoiler has finished. It finished about 5 minutes ago, I think. So I'll get this back to the farm. We'll go pick up the tractor and subsoiler and get that put away. And that will probably wrap up the episode. Hopefully this one has not gone too long. It's been quite a bit of time lapsing, but for some of these jobs, it's just the only way to do it, unless it gets to be too big and then I have to do some or all of a job off camera. So we'll get this over here and parked. I will save us the agony of running over to the other field, and we'll just hop in the other one. Alright. Still in reverse. Go figure. Why does the worker leave it in reverse? I have no idea. So we'll get this over to the barn and put away. Everything is cleared. We're definitely going to have weeds. I'm almost certain we'll have rocks. I will probably just leave the Massey Ferguson attached to this in the barn, in the shed, because it'll be coming out like first thing in the next episode. So and we'll also have to spread lime in the other fields as well. And I want to say, yep, we do have some lime, so that's good. I'm not sure how much it is. We'll almost certainly need more. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, take care.